Warm up as we get to the weekend. We'll talk about that, show you the temperatures in just a few moments. But first, let's check in on the traffic conditions, though. Let's go up to Stu in Sky Fox, checking out this one slow freeway here. Stu, what's going on?
Hey, good morning, Maria. Good morning, everybody. Taking a look at that 101 through Hollywood. Yeah, you know what? We didn't do it this morning, so we're going to check in on it right now. And, wow, it is going to be a tough drive. You can see it right there, very slow and go. That's going to be the southbound lanes passing Vermont. But you're actually hitting the brakes right about Western. So keep that in mind if that's your drive this morning. Northbound coming away from the 110. Look at that. Good spacing. Freeway speeds. Is that possible? Yes, it is. Looks like a great drive. Little slow as you make your way away from the 110 freeway, but once you pass that Silver Lake area, it actually starts to thin out, and that ride northbound on that 101 looking fantastic. Sending it back to where it's always fantastic. Bob and Jen, good morning.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Stu. Developing news in North Hollywood, a cleanup is planned at a vacant lot neighbors say has been taken over by squatters.
We have Mario live in North Hollywood now with the story. Mario.
Jen, good morning. Residents out here say this property here along Varna Avenue in North Hollywood has been a big trouble spot for over a decade. Complaints, police calls, and growing safety concerns. And photographer Howard Wells, he'll take you in this fenced area so you can see what's going on. This property sitting along the Tahunga Wash here in North Hollywood, right off Varna, a residential neighborhood just steps from homes where families have been dealing with this for years. And neighbors say this should be a quiet pocket in the valley. It's instead turned into a trouble spot. So take a look. This fenced off property in North Hollywood finally set to be cleared. A vacant lot taken over by squatters, trash, and alleged criminal activity. And now, after repeated warnings to the owners when ignored, the city has taken the rare step of stepping in and declaring the site a public nuisance. The lot here drawing dozens of calls here on the 7700 block of Varna, and that includes assaults, reports of firearms, open drug use. Neighbors say it's turned into an illegal dumping ground, makeshift structures building up over time, and their frustration, they say, has reached a boiling point.
You're not supposed to be there. They've got photos of people in the encampment cooking meth and smoking meth, having a handgun, holding it up for target practice. So they've got guns back here. There are drug deals going on in the street. These people that show up to do their drug deals, some of them on foot, some of them on bicycles, some of them in cars. They're here for minutes and they're gone. But they will ride the street in the morning, in the evening, late at night, basically laying ownership to the neighborhood.
And city records actually show there have been at least 28 calls for service linked to this property in just the last 3 years, including calls initiated by both residents and police. So happening in just a short time, a press conference set for around 8:30 this morning. District 2 Council member Adrien Nazarian set to speak on this. And coming back out here live, you can see trash, that toilet bowl there in one of these makeshift structures. The cleanup is going to include moving a lot of this debris, clearing out the unhoused, which has already been done in large numbers. City leaders say this should serve as a warning for property owners. If they don't keep their areas, their spaces clean, the city will step in and they could be responsible for the bill. For now, live here in North Hollywood. Back to you in the studio.
Any response from the property owner, Mario? Like, what are we hearing from them? They're just completely
gone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. I just asked the city official that is here for the council member, who is this property owner? They wouldn't give us his name. They just said that they've been repeatedly trying to get a hold of them with no answer. So, yeah, they're going to be paying for the cleanup here. And that's a question I have for the council member. How much is this going to cost to clear all of this out?
How do they get them to pay?
And if they don't pay, then what happens after that, right?
Yeah, yeah. All right, yeah, lots of questions there, but some relief there for residents who really think that this is a huge nuisance, and it looks that way. All right, Mario.
Thank you.
Thank you. Police say they will have extra patrols guarding a North Hills school a day after a shooting near the campus that left a teenager wounded. Sky Fox overhead yesterday afternoon as parents rushed to pick up their kids from Sepulveda Middle School. Police say a 16-year-old boy was shot near the campus just as school was letting out. Students say the victim attended a nearby high school, but say the alleged shooter was an 8th grader at Sepulveda Middle School. No arrests have been made. The victim is expected to recover.
Teachers from 9 schools in Santa Fe Springs, Norwalk, and Downey went on strike this morning. Sky Fox was overhead Pattison Elementary in Norwalk just after 7 a.m., where educators with the Little Lake City School District were on the picket lines over stalled negotiations regarding health care benefits, class sizes, and special education. The Little Lake Education Association also held a rally at Little Lake Park in Santa Fe Springs, where they marched to the district office. So here is what you should know this morning. The district says all schools are open with regular classes during the strike, but they'll be running on a minimum day schedule today. So that means classes will end at 1:30 p.m. Meals are still being served and buses are running as they normally do during the strike. For parents that need extended care past 1:30, well, that's still available too. You have a list of questions and answers as well for parents regarding the strike, and that is posted to the district's website, which is right there on your screen.
FBI agents raided Lancaster City Hall and the homes of high-ranking city officials. The FBI carrying out a series of coordinated raids Wednesday morning, targeting the homes of Vice Mayor Marvin Christ and Councilman Raj Mali. Officials say it's part of a public corruption probe. Mayor Rex Parris says the investigation has been underway for 3 years. He says he's shocked by the raids, insisting previous independent audits found no wrongdoing. Local activists, however, say the raids are long overdue, citing possible financial mismanagement.
I'm calling on the city of Lancaster to suspend all contracts that Marvin Christ has been involved in, that the mayor has been involved in, until all this is settled.
So let's wait before we destroy people's reputations when we don't even know what it's about. You know, I would just caution people, let's be mature adults and let's wait for the facts.
The city says it is fully cooperating with the investigation.
A federal jury in New York has delivered a stunning blow to the nation's largest concert promoter. Jurors found that Beverly Hills-based Live Nation and its subsidiary Ticketmaster operated as an illegal monopoly, smothering competition and driving up ticket prices for millions of fans. The verdict revealed jurors found overcharges of nearly $2 per ticket across 22 states. Legal experts call the ruling a major victory for concertgoers, but they say don't hold your breath for a refund.
Consumers who have paid for tickets already may not see money back because this wasn't a class action or a lawsuit filed by the concertgoers. This was filed by the Department of Justice and the Attorney Generals trying to change Live Nation's behavior going forward. Now, the judge can still award damages, but that money may not necessarily make its way into the pockets of the people who have already paid.
Live Nation is disputing the verdict and plans to file an appeal.
8:10 is your time. Let's go upstairs and check in with Stu on the morning commute.
Hey, good morning, Bob. Good morning, Jen. Good morning, everybody. Skyfox traffic brought to us by My Home Sold. Look at that packed traffic right there. Woo, that guy just made a quick move. This is going to be the 101, and it is slow and go in either direction, north or southbound. Headlights or taillights coming away from that 405, going through the Studio City area, Sherman Oaks. It is going to be a rough ride. No crashes, high volume. Give yourself extra time this morning. Let's take a look at some traffic hotspots.
Hello, I'm Adrian Hernandez with MyHomeSold.com, and we want to buy your house cash. We save you money with no commissions, no fees, no repairs, for free, no obligation, as is cash offer. Go to MyHomeSold.com.
Look at our top stories this morning. The LAPD is searching for the burglars who targeted a home last night in Valley Glen. This comes on the heels of 2 break-ins reported the night before, less than a mile away. One on Hatteras Street in Valley Glen, the other on Hesby Street in Valley Village. Over the weekend, a pair of mansions in Sherman Oaks and the Hollywood Hills were also hit.
A wildfire in Hoover Valley is now 70% contained. The yearling fire broke out yesterday behind homes in the Pedley community. It burned nearly 35 acres. People forced to evacuate. 3 people were also hurt. All evacuation orders and warnings have now been lifted.
More than 40,000 UC workers are set to begin a historic open-ended strike next month. The dispute centers on wages and housing aid, with the union claiming many employees are being priced out of campus communities because of the high cost of living. The university calls the walkout unnecessary, citing a proposed 32% pay raise over 5 years. Okay, it's that time. It's time to give these little eaglets a name. Jackie and Shadow's little babies. Look at them, they're standing up.
Aww.
They're really trying. Their necks are getting stronger.
They seriously grow very quickly.
They really do. And we wondered when the contest would be on. This is a live look right now at their nest in Big Bear. The eaglets hatched over Easter weekend, and they're growing fast by the day. So you can submit your name ideas on the Friends of Big Bear Valley website until April 26th. 3rd graders will pick the final names. You can visit friendsofbigbearvalley.org for details.
Right now, they're Chick 1 and Chick 2.
Yeah.
And they do
So the last eaglets were named Sunny and Gizmo.
Right.
Right.
They're supposed to be gender-neutral names because they don't really know.
They don't really know if it's boys or girls.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, I think this is Jackie that's there right now in the nest, but I'm not sure exactly. But yeah, I can't wait for the names. We will tell you as soon as we find out, I guess, right? In the meantime, the weather is going to be great up in the mountains. I don't foresee any severely cold conditions like last year, which brought some bad news for us for one of the eaglets. But this year, I think we're looking at some nice, pleasant conditions, at least going into the weekend anyway for Big Bear. We've got dry conditions. We've got the winds that are going to be picking up, especially over the mountains and deserts. And then as those winds, which are right now kind of more west-northwesterly, it'll shift to out of the northeast by tomorrow into Saturday, and that will help to warm up the air temperatures about 5 to 10 degrees above normal. So we are looking at a warm weekend ahead with a little more sunshine, I think, tomorrow than today. Today we've got some high clouds. Tomorrow a little bit more sunshine, and then some more high clouds by Saturday and Sunday. This is the next system I'm watching. This is still out in the North Pacific, and that is going to move a little closer to us. According to the models, maybe Monday night into Tuesday, we could see some light showers moving into Southern California. Otherwise, I don't think it'll bring any major impacts if we do get those showers. It'll just be nice to get another round of some light showers. It helps to mitigate the fire danger, of course. The wind, all the areas shaded in the beige color here is where we're looking at some of those really gusty winds nearing 45+ miles per hour. So that just means hazardous driving conditions when we get those wind advisories. So if you're planning to drive up the 15, maybe heading to the Mojave or going up to Las Vegas, just be extra careful, especially with those high-profile, high-sided vehicles, or if you have a motorhome driving in that area. 72 for downtown LA today. That's very close to the average of 73. Here's your day planner for Palm Springs if you're headed to the Coachella Valley. Right now there's a lot of sunshine, but it will get a little bit more cloudy later this afternoon, maybe getting up to the 80s, like 83, 84 at that hour. Laguna Beach, some clouds and some sunshine mixed here as we get to the afternoon, around 65 degrees. Thousand Oaks and Ventura County, we've got some cloudy skies and then getting to those low 70s later today. Ontario, 72 at 3 p.m. And then Anaheim and Orange County, maybe 71 after lunch hour. I'll show you the 70 forecast in just a couple minutes. But first, let's go over to Samada. Samada's got to look at our traffic conditions now. Hey, Samada.
Good morning, Rick. Good morning, everyone. We've got a big issue. We're going to take your ride over to the westbound side of the 60 at 7th Street through the Hacienda Heights City of Industry area. 2 vehicles collided here, taking away one of those lanes, and it does have you backed up for a couple miles. Speeds have been reduced, and even beyond that crash, a little difficult on your approach to the 605. We've talked about before Avocado Heights. There it is, right there at the 605 and the 60. We also have a look at real-time traffic. It's 46 minutes westbound 10 at the 5, headed towards Santa Monica. Give yourself 41 minutes west 60 from the 57 coming inbound. Here's a live Caltrans camera look. This is going to be the 10 eastbound, a little heavier than the westbound stretch at this hour. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
April is both Armenian Heritage Month and Autism Awareness Month.
That's right. This morning we are introducing you to an Armenian-American business owner who turned a simple idea into a powerful community. Roxy is here with more. Good morning.
Good morning. One local gym is focusing on inclusion through movement. There are now 3 locations, Van Nuys, Santa Clarita, and Sunland, and we stopped by the one in Van Nuys. This gym in Van Nuys doesn't look like anything out of the ordinary from the outside.
Go for 20.
But inside, nice. Coaches are working with individuals with neurodivergent and physical disability. There you go.
6, 7.
For many of these families, this is not just a gym. It's a place they've been searching their whole lives.
All the things I would have never thought he would independently do, he's learned to do here.
Mari's son, David, enjoys boxing and yoga. She remembers how getting him literally through the front door was no easy feat.
It took about 3 weeks for him to actually step inside the gym and give this place a shot. And we've been coming ever since then.
What happened next, Mari says, she could have never predicted.
When we first started actually coming into the gym, he wouldn't say hello to anybody here. He would say they're all strangers, I don't want to talk to anybody. And now he's usually the connector for kids. If he sees somebody struggling, he will go up to them, give them a hug, try to include them. So the roles reverse.
What started as one young man going house to house doing fitness sessions with special needs families in their living rooms has grown into a movement.
So YouFit started about 5 years ago with the idea of creating a space and creating a community where everyone is welcome, everyone could come in, feel a part of a big family, feel included, feel as if they're part of one big movement towards something a lot greater than just a gym.
Good job! Abel has been coaching for 3 years. He sees over 20 kids a week.
My purpose here is just to make sure a kid walks out of here with a smile on their face. That's it. I feel like I learn a lot from a lot of these kids. You know, it's like I walk in, and not only am I trying to teach them, they're also trying to teach me. So I gotta learn what they're capable of doing, and also they gotta learn what I'm capable of doing with them.
Every single small milestone that is overlooked by neurotypical parents, we celebrate here as a community. We celebrate for our own kids, we celebrate for other kids. You start to really cherish every single thing that they're doing one day at a time. When you're here, you're just in a safe environment. You're not judged, you're not excluded, nobody needs an explanation of what's happening. You are just understood, and you're in a place where you belong.
You ready, all right, dude? Let's go.
And YouFit works with regional centers, which can cover the cost for qualifying families. And for those not connected to a regional center, sessions run $60. But, you know, being there and witnessing it all myself and just seeing what a community this has created for even the parents who just show up and hang out together.
That's right.
The siblings who don't have any neurodivergent issues just want to be there as well, and everyone is welcome. So it really is about bringing everyone together. It's a really beautiful story.
And I love the founder's story, how he started.
Yes.
Going into people's homes.
Isn't that great? He was talking about how he didn't get into his dream colleges of choice, and so he started this kind of like as an extracurricular activity almost to buff up his resume, and it led to this, completely changing so many people's lives.
Wow.
Yeah.
You never know where life can take you.
No, that's right.
Thank you.
Yep.
So before we go to break, a reminder to check out our poll this morning.
So here it is. What's your idea, Roxy, of a perfect night out?
It depends on the night.
It does.
Date
It depends on what you have going on the next day.
Yeah.
Dang it, do not disturb.
I'll do all of these. It just depends.
Depends on how you're feeling. FoxLA.com/vote. There's the QR code on your screen, and we want to hear from you, so send us your comments. What's your idea of the perfect night out?
But in bed before midnight for sure.
For sure. 30 already on this Thursday.
30 Thursday.
30 Thursday?
I said 8:30 Thursday. Because it's Thirsty Thursday.
Oh, got you. Yeah. I was like, what is the new one now?
Is it
Thirsty Thursday. Thirsty Thursday. So if this was 5 o'clock, what would you order?
Oh.
I'm going to wait till 5?
Ours is 12:30, 12 o'clock.
Yeah. It's 12:30 somewhere.
Actually, yesterday I was like looking, I'm like, oh, it's not even 6 o'clock yet. I'm like, don't start yet.
I have a very specific drink that I have ordered at a bunch of different places, and no one's managed to get it
What is
right.
it?
They only got it right once.
What is it?
I can't even describe it. It's like it has herbs in it, egg whites, and gin. And I don't know.
Egg whites.
Egg whites
Exactly.
and gin?
And I don't
Is
know
that a
egg
French
whites make a
75?
cocktail frothy.
Okay.
Yeah, and then herbs.
Yes, and Palm Springs serves a good
There's
one of
nothing
that.
sour about
Yeah,
it.
I
It's
know what
just-
you're talking about.
It's like a gin sour without
do you
the
get
sour.
it?
Is it a French
Palm
70?
Springs.
I don't know.
Palm Springs.
Yeah.
Palm Springs.
Where I've had
They would know,
that
right?
drink.
Look it up, Google it, and
Any mixologists out
me know.
there?
Yeah.
What's in it?
If you
What's in
know,
it?
please give me
Tell
a
us
name
again,
for this
Jen.
drink.
Egg whites?
Egg whites, herbs, and gin.
There's got to be something
They're
else
going to
in
hit
it.
the DMs because that's where a lot of people go.
just do
There's
chat
gotta be something else in it.
Oh, it doesn't.
Let's
do
see
it.
if anyone yet.
There's got to be like a
Mixologist who can weigh in.
Has to be.
juice or something in it. Nothing. There
was
No
no
one yet.
juice.
only gin.
Yeah.
Are you talking to the
conversation.
song, Sipping on Gin and Juice?
Okay.
Lean back.
I'm going to go do the weather, and you three, rather. Amanda, I will never forget you.
Don't you ever.
I could
She'll
never
remind you.
I could never. Okay, so you carry on. I will walk over to my green screen and talk about the weekend that's going to be warmer, certainly than last weekend. Temperatures getting back up to above average by about 5 to 10 degrees. The winds, which will be gusty today, coming out of the north and northwest, will shift out of the northeast by later tonight into tomorrow. And when we get that offshore flow, you know, that Santa Ana wind, that will help to warm up the atmosphere. In the meantime, right now, the winds are not too bad. It's about 5 miles an hour here in Burbank, coming out of the northwest, but eventually it'll come out of the northeast, and that's when it will really warm up. But today, not bad, still close to average. The average is 73, so we're going to look for around 72 today, just because of those high clouds that's around. That's going to help filter out the sunshine a little bit, but it'll be nice and comfortable. 7:25 is our sunset time later this evening. 73 should be that temperature in Burbank, 76 in Woodland Hills, around 70 in Santa Ana, Big Bear 58 degrees, to Palm Springs 86 degrees later this afternoon. Now, just a quick peek at the extended outlook in Pasadena. It is going to warm up from today's 74 to around 83 on Saturday. So there's that big warm up. And then cooling to the 60s next week, Tuesday, with that small chance for some light showers. All right, let's check in on the drive before you walk out that door. We've got Samara with those details. Hey, Samara.
Good morning, Maria. Good morning, everyone. We've got a problem spot. We're going to take you over to the Los Alamitos area. Northbound side of the 605 at Catella Avenue. We've got a couple vehicles that collided there, and it is slowing you down a bit as you make your approach through the area. We're already picking a hint of orange. There's an indication of the backup. Here's a look at a real-time traffic. Things are backing up 40 minutes now. Driving from downtown to get to Santa Monica along that westbound stretch of the 10. North 110 from the 405 coming inbound just a little over half an hour. And here's a much better looking freeway. Things are moving along on the westbound side of the 91 at Stanton. Meanwhile, eastbound stretch a little heavy at this hour through the Buena Park area. Back to you, too.
Our viewers get to the bottom.
Let me just tell you, Karina, thank you, and Bridget, thank you for DMing me. They said Gin Fizz and the Ramos Gin Fizz is widely considered the hardest and most labor-intensive drink to make at a bar, but we found out what it's really called. It is called
a white lady.
The white lady.
I'm not going to go to a bar and order a white lady.
I'm not the white lady. If you Google the white lady drink, it is the white lady.
That's clear.
The white lady.
Sorry to all the Karens.
Apologies to all the Karens.
Apologies to all the Karens. All right, so parents, we have a huge event that's underway in Burbank that's going to save you a lot of money.
Yeah, Coco loves this event, and she's there to give us a preview. Hi there.
Hey there, I do love the LA Kids Consignment Sale because anything you can imagine that you want or need for your kid, you're going to find it here. Look at this even little chairs, $5, $6. This cute little Peppa Pig chair that comes with a cup and has storage is $20. I had to show you the books too, because you're going to get some of the best deals here. I just read this book to my son last night, Dear Zoo, only $1. And then you have also like a Dr. Seuss book set. This is only $4. So it's a really great place to find some cute books as well. On top of that, clothing. All types of clothing from newborn up until teens as well. And that's where I'm here to meet Georgie and Kim. So Georgie, I've got to start with you. You found a really cool find.
Yeah, I found this wetsuit and it's only $30 and it's discounted. And the retail was like $70 to $90.
That's incredible. And Georgie, what do you think makes this sale so special?
Well, I'm part of the Eco Club at my school, and we're all about recycling, and that's what the sale does. And also, it's perfect for teachers. Like yesterday, my old teacher just came to shop and she got a bunch of books for her classroom.
That's incredible. So exactly, you can get books for your kids, books for your classroom. That's really cool, and I really like that wetsuit. And Kim, we were talking about some of these adorable clothes here too.
No, I mean, we just were looking through and we're like, look at these little rompers. Yes. $3.
Oh my gosh, they're adorable. And Kim, tell us all about LA Kids Consignment Sale.
Thank you. So our motto is families helping families raise their kids affordably. And we wholeheartedly believe that this sale does that. We're raising 2 kids of our own here, and so we understand firsthand the struggles at times to get the things that they need and that they want and still be able to manage the rest of our lives, you know? So, yeah, we're really excited about this sale. I think you're going to find everything that you need for your newborns to teens at 50 to 90% off of retail prices. Sometimes it goes even lower than that. And so, yeah, we hope you guys will check it out.
Yes, and then there's even discount day on top of that on Sunday.
Yes, discount day is kind of like an official holiday for LA Kids, but we have thousands of items that get marked 50% off of their price. So if you come in and you see on the tag it says discount yes, that means it's going to be half of what you're seeing there.
That's incredible, which means that'll be only $3. And that's great, and that's a set there too.
That little romper we were looking at would be $1.50.
Oh my goodness. That is worth every penny. It's so cute. Thank you so much, Kim, for talking to us. And this sale is massive. It goes room after room. You've got all types of items, clothing, home decor, cribs, anything that you really need or want for your child. So take a look at the screen so you can see the times and the dates. Of course, it's open today, free to get in to the public from 10 until 7. Also open on Friday and Saturday from 10 until 5. And then Sunday is discount day, open from 10 until 4, all happening right here in Burbank. And I was so inspired by this sale when I've covered it before that I decided to be a consignor this year as well. So definitely really a great opportunity to make sure, to kind of get rid of some clutter and also to help the environment. I'll send it back to you.
And help other folks out that can't afford this stuff. I mean, $1.50 to $3 for like an article of clothes. That's
Coco the
amazing.
consigner has a new good handle to it.
And kids grow out of stuff so fast. We're talking like a couple of weeks and they're on to the next.
Yeah.
So we got more mixologists.
Oh, yeah. By the way, our viewers, we love you, okay? Steven, you said, thank you, Steven, you're a regular around here, pun intended. Thank you for sending us the White Lady cocktail.
That's right.
That's what Jen
otherwise known as the Karen.
John, it's a gin fizz. Abel not only sent us the gin fizz, he gave us the ingredients.
Oh, so, wow. What a gem. Candy Simpson, rosemary gin fizz.
Wow.
Ooh, that actually sounds pretty good.
That sounds good.
I don't like gin, but I'll just substitute it with vodka.
Our producer, not a fan of gin. He wants us to carry on to the stories. Entertainment sponsored by Yamaba Resort and Casino. Bob, Jen, are you in the circle of trust?
We're in the circle of trust.
I need to hear a yes.
Sure.
Because if I'm going to share
verbal
this with
confirmation.
You, yeah. Because we need to be in the circle of trust to do this story.
That's right.
De Niro, Stiller, Grande, the Fockers are back, and it's time to meet up with them again at the movies.
Is your name Olivia Jones?
Yes.
You love Henry Fokker?
Very much.
Do you have a positive impression of Henry's family so far?
Yes.
Hello. Hey, the old machine. It's funny to be on the outside. Used to being in the hot seat.
I don't know if you were aware, Greg, but when we first met, I didn't think you were good enough for my pancake.
Yeah, I didn't notice.
Oh, we all noticed. I love love this franchise. The trailer straight out of CinemaCon and coming to theaters just in time for Thanksgiving. Because let me tell you, this is the Thanksgiving family movie.
Yes.
This new installment in the Fuckers film franchise, Fucker-in-Law, will show Gaylord, a.k.a. Greg, meeting his son's lady, played by none other than Galinda herself, Ariana Grande. And things going predictably clunky, as you can see, and awkward in true Fokker style. So they said that during that scene, one of the cast members said, "Did you just mama bird?"
Yep.
Him.
You know, this is going to be a
Grandpa?
really funny movie.
It's going to be hysterical.
Because Ariana Grande's got those comedy chops.
She does. When she hosts SNL, she's got those comedy chops. And you know what? We really need a good knee slapper right now.
Yep, we sure do.
All right.
I love the Fockers.
Yeah, love it. Before we get to my next story, pop quiz, because you know I like this. Can you name all of the siblings of the Brady Bunch?
I cannot.
Bob?
Greg is one of them.
Greg is one of them. Bob, go ahead.
Peter, Greg, Peter, Marcia, Jan, Cindy, Bobby.
How did you forget Barney? Samara came around the corner and hi. All right.
I was going to say Mike. That's the dad.
That's the dad. And the mom is?
Cindy? No.
No.
Carol.
Okay.
And Alice. Don't forget Alice. Don't forget Alice. Cousin Oliver. And their dog Tiger. All right. Well, from one family to another, the Brady Bunch house is about to be a hot spot for summer.
That's the way we all became the Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch.
The Brady Bunch. Now you can have the Brady experience beginning next month. Guests are going to have a chance to teleport back to the 1970s to the famous Brady Bunch universe through a semi-private, self-guided tour of the space. Nostalgic details have been recreated to bring back, of course, the groovy interiors from the 70s to life here in 2026. And the living room is decked out in mid-century decor. And you cannot have the Brady experience without the show's iconic floating staircase that sits in the back. It's perfect for all your social media content because, I mean, if you didn't post that you went there, did it even happen?
That's right.
For more information, go to bucketlisters.com or you can find Los Angeles Bucket List on Instagram.
It's interesting how homes have changed. Also, like you look at that kitchen, it's like you had like that family of 10 people trying to cram into that.
And well, Mike was an architect.
He was. It's a cool house.
That house
is a cool house.
Made with some TLC. Well, you know what else has some TLC? Our poll, because people really took the time to vote and comment today.
And we appreciate you and love you for that.
We do. We asked, what's your idea of the perfect night out? And 63% of you, bah humbug, staying in, do not disturb. Go to foxlay.com/vote. We do have some comments. Stephanie from Moreno Valley says, a night out with the girls. Hey. Harold in San Bernardino says, too old for date night. More like casual dining with my baby. Harold, you need to send a picture of yourself.
Show your face,
your baby.
Harold. We love you.
Sylvia in Colton says, good morning. My preference is stay at home and wine out and relax and watch movies. We pay so much for our mortgage and utilities to be out there and exposing ourselves to any nonsense. You know what, Sylvia?
I'm with you, Sylvia.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, we get it.
I mean,
we
like,
are you.
Do you ever look at your dinner tab or bar tab last time you went out? It's a lot.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It's crazy.
That's why I say some nights we're like, we start with the best intentions, and then I'll say, you know what, it's just cheaper to stay at home. Yeah.
It's cheaper to keep her inside.
Okay, now when I say this, hey, who am I talking about?
Ooh, there could be a lot. Oh, Happy Days.
Yes.
Right? Happy Days.
Yes.
The Fonz.
The Fonz.
I was thinking of a Canadian.
Arthur Fonzarelli.
The Fonz. A? Oh, he's thinking of A.
Oh, wow. Okay, you're going north of the border.
Monday, Tuesday.
That's right. So Henry Winkler has won Emmys. He's directed movies. He's written children's books. But at 79, he just did something for the first time ever on screen. That's right. Ooh. The Fonz got naked.
What?
Wow. Winkler appeared in the season 3 premiere of the Apple TV comedy Loot, playing an eccentric nudist billionaire who owns an island where clothing is optional.
Of course.
Winkler says he found out when he went to his first costume fitting, he was shocked to find a silk robe and nothing else.
Oh, my goodness.
Ooh. Thanks to some wind, he said a lot more was exposed than he intended. But because he's such a fan of Maya Rudolph, love her.
Yes.
She stars in and executive produces the show. He didn't mind. I mean, I'd I'd say he's wearing a bit more than the robe right there. He's got the
cowboy hat and the big long necklace.
chain on. Yeah.
Yeah. A little
I mean,
chilly.
he really went all in, though? Like it was
Apparently, he went all.
I mean, they have a cover,
a sock.
a something that covers.
Isn't it called a sock?
prosthetic?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
I think. In the biz, they call it a what?
Do we know for sure?
What do they call it in the biz?
Oh, I know what it's called.
Say it.
What?
Well, what rhymes with sock?
Okay. Let's go to Samara. Now for a check on this
Off of that.
traffic.
Here's a look at traffic. Good Daily Traffic sponsored by law offices of Jacob and Brody. Call jacob.com. We do have this collision. Bring your attention to it. Tow trucks en route northbound side of the 605 Vicatella Avenue. Two vehicles collided there. A little bit of slow and go. And a look at our real-time traffic. 41 minutes now from downtown through Mid-City to get to the west side. 32 minutes on your drive. Northbound 110 from the 405 going inbound. And live Caltrans camera look. This is going to be the 210. Both directions at Milliken Avenue. Actually moving along at a pretty good pace there. And here's a look at some other traffic hotspots.
I looked up and just ran.
Maybe we need to seek somebody who does have the expertise to be able to guide us through the process.
If you're getting to an accident,
You're in good hands by dealing with Jacob and Ron.
call Jacob.
And this weather is sponsored by the law offices of Larry H. Parker. We've got a nice view here. This is our camera on top of our roof, looking out towards, what is that, Brentwood, Santa Monica Mountains. We've got some clouds outside. That's about it. High clouds, not rain-producing clouds. You can see that on our satellite and radar pictures here on the bottom of your screen. It'll be around today, but then high pressure will strengthen, and that's going to give us stronger winds. Actually, the winds are going to pick up out of the north and then eventually shift out of the northeast later today into tomorrow, and that's why we have those wind advisories that are in effect. So just be extra careful, especially if you've got a high-profile vehicle traveling over the mountains, in the deserts. Some of those canyons and passes will be impacted by those stronger winds as we get into tomorrow. If you're headed to the beach, 2 to 4 feet, Ventura County, LA beaches, Orange County, San Diego, a little smaller, 1 to 3 plus. And here is our 7-day forecast for the coast. 68 today to the 70s this weekend. So we will see more sunshine tomorrow, and then a mix of some sunshine and some clouds for the weekend. There is a 10% chance for some showers next week. We're thinking maybe as early as late Monday night, but into Tuesday and Wednesday, depending on where you are. Downtown LA today, 72. Look at how we get to those low 80s this weekend. So whatever you have planned outside, you should be okay. 76 for the valleys and the Inland Empire. That's actually comfortable, up to near 90 by Saturday. And up in the mountains, 58 degrees with those gusty winds. Low 60s for the weekend, and then back down to the 50s next week with that chance for some showers. 10 to 20%, so it's on the lower end. 73 for the high desert, and then warming up to 80 degrees on Saturday. And then out towards the Coachella Valley today, not bad, 86, but it will be warmer as you get to Saturday and Sunday into the low 90s. So if you're headed to the festival, get ready for some warmer temperatures. Back to you.
All right, Maria, thank you. The Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach returning this weekend. It's already here with cars hitting the track tomorrow afternoon. One driver to watch is Marcus Ericsson, back in the LBC with real momentum.
Yes, Long Beach has been a good track for the Andretti driver. He's been a consistent front runner each and every time he drives here. He now heads into this weekend after a big breakthrough this season, grabbing his first IndyCar career pole on a street course in Arlington. Marcus Ericsson joins us now to talk all about it. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome. So you're about to hit the track for practice, right?
Yes, exactly.
And then going into the race this weekend.
Practice starts tomorrow. Excited to be back here in Long Beach. It's going to be a great weekend. It's always one of my favorite races. Great turnout. There's always a lot of fans, and the track itself, bumpy, and we're doing 180 down the straight there on the streets. It's pretty crazy.
What's special about the track?
I mean, it's like I said, it's bumpy. It's quite technical as well. Some of the corners are really tricky. You need to be really close to the walls without being in the walls. Right. So, I mean, that's the sort of challenge. You can see there on the video how it's pretty intense, and the concentration level you need to, like I said, push it to the limit without going over the limit. I think that's the big challenge on this track.
And a really big turnout, especially for us here in Southern California. Hundreds of thousands of people turn out. I've always asked the drivers, like, if you're aware that all of these people have like converged on the city and are looking in on you. I mean, you're looking straight ahead, right? Or do you actually notice the fans around you?
I mean, on like the pre-race like grid, and when you go around like the sightseeing laps before we actually get going, you definitely appreciate and get the atmosphere from the fans that's there. And also before the race, there's so much interaction with the fans. And here in Long Beach, it's always, like you said, it's such a good turnout, and the fans are knowledgeable about the racing. But then when you get in the car and drive, you're just like tunnel vision. You're so focused on what you're doing. But yeah, it's just such a fun race and such a fun track to race at.
And Long Beach is a fun place. So what do you do when you're here?
I mean, I come in a bit early. I was here in LA for a couple of days, just hang out with some friends. I'm living in Indianapolis, so it's a bit of a trip to go out here, but always a highlight on my calendar. It's always fun to get out here, and I still have some friends living out here as well. So do that, and then hang around in Long Beach as well during the weekend. There's a lot of cool places there, some good food. So yeah,
of course, that's where it's at.
Yeah, trying to do a bit of everything.
So race day, I mean, obviously you got to be in like tip-top shape, and you guys are basically athletes. So you have to stay in physical shape. How do you stay in physical shape, and then mentally, obviously, because it's such a mental game too, how do you get into the mental space to go into a big race like this?
Yeah, so like you said, driving these cars are really tough. It's a lot of G-forces. We don't have power steering, so it's really heavy to steer the car. So you need to be physically very strong, but also, like you touched on, the mental side is something I really focus a lot on, because I really think the mental side is where you can have an edge on your competitors, and I think it's still it's a bit like undervalued how important that is. So I have my mental coach that I work with weekly, like every week I do sessions with him. I do like daily mental strength training as well. So I think, you know, when you're in that car trying to win the race, if you have that mental strength to, you know, be focused, stay focused for 2 hours as the race is going on. That's how you win the race.
What does that encompass? Like, what are they?
Yeah, is there anything you tell yourself?
I mean,
like
we
as
need
you're
this.
driving?
Yeah, it's a lot about positive talk to yourself. You know, talking to yourself, being, you know, seeing yourself winning before the race, for example. You know, seeing yourself doing the overtake, seeing yourself being on the podium, you know, spraying the champagne. A lot of these things is stuff that you can practice before you even get in the car. So it's interesting, and it's actually powerful as well.
What's that feeling like right before you go?
Adrenaline.
Yeah.
Like, you're like excited to get going.
But
And
you
know
have to kind of control that a little bit, right?
For sure, yeah. But that's also balance, right?
Yeah.
You gotta be excited. You gotta have, you know, be really like ready to go. But you can't go over that and be overexcited because then you're in the wall and then it's game over.
Yeah.
So it's, finding that balance.
And what's your relationship with the other drivers? I mean, they come from all over the world. Everybody's probably a lot of type A personalities, and you know, I mean, I imagine there's friendships, but it's got to be competitive too.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky because, like you said, you know, we traveled around the U.S. racing, you know, all year, so you get to know your competitors, and we are friendly, but at the same time, we're there to win. We're there to beat them.
It is a race.
Yeah, exactly.
You
But
know?
I think, you know, you are friendly and you respect each other, but when the helmet goes on and you're in that car, there's no friends anymore. You know, it's elbows out and you're going to do everything to win.
It's kind of crazy. So you got into this because you used to race as a kid, right? How did you get into it?
Yeah, so I started with go-karts. You know, being in Sweden, growing up in Sweden, it was, I had a go-kart place close to where I grew up, so I kept bugging my dad, like, I want to try. And I think eventually he's like, all right, let's go there. And I was, for some reason, I was really good. So that's how it started. Yeah.
What's your advice to, you know, you see the young people out here and the young people in the stand for kids that might want to pursue a career in all of this?
I would say start with go-karts. That's where it's at. But also, it's come more and more now, the last few years, the simulators. So, you know, like video games, literally, but like they get more and more advanced. And you know, that's where, you know, at-home simulators even. I have an at-home simulator, and a lot of people start there now because it's go-karts is still quite expensive.
Yeah.
So like a at-home simulator is also expensive, but it's less expensive than a go-kart. So it's going more towards that direction as well. So there's different ways to start, but it's a very, you know, it's a very different sport to many others for sure.
We wish you all the best this weekend.
We appreciate you making the drive up here from Long Beach. Marcus Erickson.
Thank you, guys.
We'll be watching you.
And you can watch him at the Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach, happening now through Sunday. We'll be right back.
Also be right here on Fox.
morning. Welcome to 9 a.m. on this Thursday morning. I'm Roxy Carvadian.
I'm Sandra Endo. Thanks for joining us.
And there's some breaking news this morning in the Little Lake City School District.
200 teachers hit the picket lines in Santa Fe Springs, Downey, and Norwalk. So this was a scene a couple of hours ago at the site where we are looking at Patterson Elementary in Norwalk. Negotiation concerns health care benefits, class sizes, and special education. District Superintendent said officials were working to reach an agreement while maintaining financial stability. The Little Lake Education Association is holding a rally this morning at that area with plans to march to the district office.
And here is what we know. The district says that all schools are open with regular classes during the strike, but will run on a minimum day schedule today with classes ending at 1:30. Meals are still being served. Buses are running as they normally do during the strike. For parents that need extended care past 1:30, that is still available as well. A list of questions and answers for parents regarding the strike is posted on the district's website, which is right there on your screen. So some information for those of you who this will impact. Take a look at that. In the meantime, let's turn things over and chat with Maria about the weather.
Yeah, let's do that because we do have some pleasant weather conditions today. We've got some high clouds. That's about it. These are just sunshine filtering clouds, not rain producing clouds. So that's the good news. It's streaming up from the west and southwest. That flow giving us some stronger wind gusts over the mountains and deserts, but that wind will shift direction and it will be coming out of the northeast by later tonight and tomorrow, and that will help to produce some warmer temperatures. But today, still pretty comfortable, actually, close to average. Right now, it's 59 in Burbank, 57 in Woodland Hills, 46 in Big Bear, 72 in Palm Springs. High temperatures will get up to around 86 in Palm Springs in the low desert. That's still pretty good, right? 73 in the high desert to 58 up into the mountains like Big Bear. Those winds will be gusty, especially if you are traveling up to the mountains and going up into the desert communities. So just be extra careful, especially if you've got those high-sided vehicles, if you're planning to drive one like a motorhome in those areas. You really need to be extra careful. 72 for downtown LA today, 76 for the valleys and the Inland Empire to the upper 60s at the coast. I'll tell you how warm it will get this coming weekend. I'll be back with those numbers in just a few moments. Back to you.
Breaking news in the war with Iran. Israel and Lebanon have agreed to a 10-day ceasefire. That's effective at 2 p.m. local time. President Trump announced the pause in fighting on social media, saying it followed excellent conversations with Lebanese President and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Lebanon and Israel held their first direct diplomatic talks in decades on Tuesday in Washington after more than a month of war between Israel and the Iran-backed Hezbollah militant group. Trump said he has directed Vice President J.D. Vance others to work with Israel and Lebanon to achieve a lasting peace.
Police say they'll have extra patrols guarding a North Hills school a day after a shooting near the campus that left a teenager there wounded. Sky Fox overhead yesterday afternoon as parents rushed to pick up their children from Sepulveda Middle School. Police say a 16-year-old boy was shot near the campus just as school was letting out. Students here say the victim attended a nearby high school, but say the alleged shooter was an 8th grader at Sepulveda Middle School. No arrests have yet been made. The victim is expected to recover. Press conference addressing a major mess in North Hollywood just wrapped up.
Neighbors say a vacant lot has been overtaken by squatters and plans to get it all cleaned up are in motion. Mario Ramirez live at the site with what came out of that update. Mario.
Sandra, Roxy, that vacant lot here on the 7700 block of Varda Avenue, and residents out here say that this has been a big trouble spot. I have District 2 Council Member Adrien Nazarian joining me now. You just wrapped up a press conference, and we heard from residents who said that this has been an issue for over a decade. Trash, police calls. Explain this timeline. Why now? What took so long?
So I took office in late 24. The minute I walked in, within the first couple of months, we heard from residents in this area. And so we got started working on it right away. I don't know about the timeline before that, but as we started looking into it, we realized that since early 2023, there had been 28 service calls and requests associated with this property. So that in itself was a huge flag for us. When we came by and looked at the property, the disrepair that it was in, we took quick action. We introduced a nuisance motion in council. That moved forward, then asked Public Works to work on this and have the sanitation crews. We needed to go through the appropriate process, get the abatement, and so now we're here with the sanitation crews to start the cleanup.
Now, I know there's been an issue with the property owner. Where does that stand? Have you been able to get a hold of them, and where does it move forward if you're not?
And part of the challenge of all this is that you need to work with the property owner. You need to find out if what they're interested in doing with the property. We've, as much as we've attempted to reach them, they've never gotten back to us. They've never gotten back to any of the city departments or agencies. So we're just moving forward with the cleanups, and then we're going to turn over and hand them the bill back and say, this is what you're responsible to pay. And if we still don't hear back from them, then the property becomes collateral to collect on those payments.
Any estimate at all on what this cleanup here specifically will cost?
I have no idea. This is something that the sanitation department does on a regular basis, so it would be best for them to answer. But what I can tell you is that they don't even know the full extent of what's in this place and what kind of hazardous materials they can potentially come across.
Councilmember, thank you. We're going to have more from you coming up here on Good Daily. I want to quickly talk to JJ. He's been one of the residents spearheading this effort to get city crews out here to clean this up. So you heard about the response and how long it's taken. What do you make of what the councilmember has said?
I'm in full support of the councilman. Exactly what he said. People have asked, why is it taking so long? And, you know, the city has a limited budget. They've got a gazillion properties like this, and they just have to go one by one and get the most important one. And as we heard today from his press conference, this is the worst residential property in his entire district. So we're thrilled that it's being addressed today.
And I know it's been an issue. What are some of the problems that you've seen in this area?
Well, they take cars and they steal them. They bring them in here. They strip the vehicles. There's drug dealing where people walk up, they ride bicycles up, they drive up there for 15 minutes and they leave. And you could just literally, the neighbors across the street see this on a daily basis. There have been shootings here. The neighbors have still photographs and video of people with AK-47s and handguns. There are video of them smoking meth, of them cooking meth. And there's been another instance about 3 blocks away of a motorhome for 6 months selling meth, and in moving out, one of their vehicles broke down and they towed it here. So this lot, this location here has just been associated with crime in every regard.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, JJ. I know some relief for you and many of your neighbors. Yes. So a little backstory here. There was a home here on the property that burned down about 15, 16 years ago, and it's been empty since, a fenced-off area where the unhoused have been using this for, as you heard, criminal activity. For now, live here in North Hollywood, I'm Mario Ramirez. We'll send it back to you.
15, 16 years. That's a long time for something to be just sitting there. All right. We'll follow this closely. Thanks so much, Mario. Appreciate that. And we are about 10 weeks away from Election Day, coming up June 2nd. But early voting just around the corner. That starts on May 4th, and all eyes, of course, on the governor's race today. Emerson College and Inside California Politics put out the first polling numbers we've seen since Eric Swalwell's dramatic exit. He was the clear frontrunner. Now, according to these numbers, the top candidate is Republican Steve Hilton with 17%, followed by Republican Chad Bianco with 14%. Top Democrats, Tom Steyer also coming in at 14%, followed by Democrats Javier Becerra and Katie Porter with 10%, and nearly 25% are still undecided.
All right, well, let's send things over to Maria for a quick check on traffic.
And Good Day LA Traffic is brought to you by DTLA Law Group Accident and Injury Attorneys. As we take a look at our real-time traffic map here, we're going to zoom in and go to, which one is this? Is this the 110? Oh, yes, I don't know. The bug is covering it, so maybe there it is. North 710. Thank you so much. This is at 3rd, and it looks like both sides of the 710 here is moving quite nicely. As we take a look at our drive times in and out of downtown LA, on that West 10 between the 5 to the 405, this is going towards Santa Monica, 41 minutes. Still a little slow on the West 10. Northbound 110 between the 405 to the 10, not too bad, 28 minutes. And on that West 60 between the 57 to the 5, a little slower too, 45 minutes there. Here's a look at some of the other traffic hotspots.
This broadcast is locally sponsored by DTLA Law Group, Auto Accident and Injury Attorneys. Have an injury? Text Injury Help to 40222 or visit us online at calldowntown.com. Message and data rates and usage may apply.
Okay, my gender reveal.
I know,
yeah, seriously. All right, good morning to you on this Thursday. Entertainment sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino. Ladies, may the Schwartz be with you.
Oh. What?
Name that movie, May the Schwartz be with you.
Fockers?
No. Our producer, OMG. Spaceballs.
I don't know that
gosh.
one.
I would not have guessed.
All right. I just saw you doing Fockers earlier today. So
yeah, I did. And we're going to do it again.
Okay.
Because it's the hottest news out of CinemaCon. And speaking of CinemaCon, we've got more hot news thanks to Mel Brooks. You know Mel Brooks. We love him.
I know
we know
Mel
him.
Brooks.
Icon. Well, we now know the title for the highly anticipated Spaceballs sequel.
Nearly 40 years ago, a promise was made.
God willing, we'll all meet again in Spaceballs 2. The search for more money.
Is not going to be the title of this movie. Why not? Because after all these years, I found the money. There it is, the money. The title is Spaceballs, the new one. It's just like the old one, but it's newer. That's why it's called the new one.
That's funny.
I love it. Now, if you remember, Spaceballs is a spoof on Star Wars.
I don't remember.
Oh, so it's funny because the title in and of itself is a spoof.
Yeah.
So Spaceballs, the new one, is in theaters next April. The new April, next year.
Next year.
That's very good.
Yes. The film reunites original cast members Rick Moranis, remember Honey, I Shrunk the Kid, Daphne Zuniga, Bill Pullman, and of course Mel Brooks. And will also star Josh Gad, Keke Palmer, Louis Pullman, and Anthony Carrigan. Yeah, they take on brand new characters whose identities are keeping secret for now.
Oh,
they're being very hush-hush about it for now, but so fun. I cannot wait for that one. So this is the hot news out of CinemaCon. Next hour, we've got Meet the Fockers.
Meet the Fockers.
Yeah. Yes. All right, so about a month ago, I want you to know that I have not watched this yet because I want us to watch it together and have a real-time reaction. We told you about how Val Kilmer would be featured in the upcoming film As Deep as the Grave, playing a Catholic priest and Native American spiritualist, courtesy of AI technology and the blessing of his family. Well, we only had a single image when we first reported it a month ago, but now we've got our first real look at what we can expect.
Don't fear the dead. And don't fear me.
Well,
okay,
wait,
so
that was AI?
Yeah.
That part was AI?
That is AI because this is posthumously, Val Kilmer. So the team used generative AI to include the actor in the finished film. So take a look. I want you to see the up-close shot. Val Kilmer's daughter, look at this.
Wow.
The pores on the skin. Val Kilmer's daughter released a statement in part sharing that her father would have wanted to be included in the film and saying, quote, he always looked at emerging technologies with optimism and a tool to expand the possibilities of storytelling.
But I'm just thinking, you could bring people back to do movies.
I know, but I think with the
Sean Connery and James Bond.
Right. Now, the Voorhees brothers came on the show. I know what you're saying. They came on the show, and they said they wanted to do it tastefully. They wanted to do it with the family's blessing, of course. I mean, wow. Wow.
I know. It's impressive.
I'll tell you where I can find the difference, but again, only if I know. It's the eyes. There is something in the, no pun intended, AIs that gives it away.
I have to look closely.
You have to.
I know you've watched it like a million times.
No, this is the first time.
Oh, really?
We're watching
let me see it again.
There's something in the eyes.
You should really pay attention.
I wasn't. Yeah. Okay.
And look for it.
What you're saying? They look soulless.
It looks. There's a little bit of a
glaze.
Yeah, a little bit. If you look. Okay. So last hour. Okay. Look. There's something about. Look at the one on the right.
I mean, that could be the way the sun's hitting it in that shot. I don't know.
Maybe. I always look for the eyes to kind of tell me.
I mean, the eyes are the windows to one soul.
Well, that's. And if they don't have a soul, if they're
right. No, I believe you. I just think the shot was so fast, too, that I didn't notice it. Like, we're freezing it now and really analyzing it. But
there's something.
Overall, just the wrinkles, the pores, the freckles on the face. I mean, it's amazing.
But look how perfect the white in the eye is. on the left.
That's lighting.
I'm just saying.
I look like that when I have clear eyes.
Totally. The eye drops? Yeah, for sure. Okay, well, last hour we asked you this poll question. We want to know what you like to do on the weekend. Okay, so this is what we asked you. What's your idea of the perfect night out?
I love it, staying.
63% D&D mode. Stay in, do not deserve, little takeout.
Yeah.
Go to foxla.com/vote to let us know what you have to say.
All right.
What's a perfect night out for you?
Staying in. That is for sure.
Yeah, especially Fridays.
I know.
They're tough. These are hard. They're hard. So who wants to get together Friday?
Right.
And welcome back to you. I'm meteorologist Maria Quaban. Good Day LA weather is sponsored by Pechanga Resort Casino. We've got a beautiful shot here of Santa Monica right now. Some clouds definitely outside. That's just filtering out the sunshine just a little bit. It is not rain-producing clouds. So we're going to call for some partly cloudy skies today. The winds will be the story, though, because we are kind of sandwiched in between this trough of lower pressure to our northeast, higher pressure offshore. And there's a difference in pressure between these two systems, kind of driving those winds right now out of the northwest. And then eventually, as that low moves away and that high kind of strengthens over us, we'll get that northeasterly wind. And that Santa Ana wind flow will help to warm up the atmosphere. And that will give us some highs this weekend, about 5 5 to 10 degrees above normal. But today, we're going to be close to average. And then we will wait for this storm system here that could bring us our next shower chance as early as late Monday night into Tuesday, Wednesday. And that will bring quite a bit of rain actually through parts of Northern California and maybe some snow, more snow for the Sierra Nevada. I don't think we'll get snow here or major impacts, just some minimal impacts, which if it does come to fruition, we'll get some beneficial light rain next week. So hopefully that will come true. In the meantime, we do have these winds. So all the areas shaded in this beige color here, that's where the wind advisory is in effect, at least until tomorrow morning. Those wind gusts 45 miles per hour, and that means hazardous driving conditions for you if you've got especially those high-sided vehicles. Highs today will be close to average, like I said, so around 72. Downtown LA, 87 in Indio. If you're driving on that 15 going to Las Vegas, remember those winds will get gusty. It'll be around 82 in Las Vegas this afternoon. Palm Springs, another warm one, 84 at 4 p.m. this afternoon with that sun trying to peek through the cloud cover. Laguna Beach, also some clouds here, but maybe we'll get a little sunshine this afternoon, 65 degrees there. And then lastly, let's go to Thousand Oaks in Ventura County, around 71 degrees by 1 p.m. Back to you.
April happens to be Armenian Heritage Month and Autism Awareness Month, and we're introducing you to an Armenian-American business owner who turned a simple idea into a powerful community, and it's all about inclusion.
This gym in Van Nuys doesn't look like anything out of the ordinary from the outside.
Go for 20.
But inside, coaches are working with individuals with neurodivergent and physical disability.
There you go.
6, 7. For many of these families, this is not just a gym. It's a place they've been searching their whole lives.
All the things I would have never thought he would independently do, he's learned to do here.
Mari's son, David, enjoys boxing and yoga. She remembers how getting him literally through the front door was no easy feat.
It took about 3 weeks for him to actually step inside the gym and give this place a shot. And we've been coming ever since then.
What happened next, Mari says, she could have never predicted.
When we first started actually coming into the gym, he wouldn't say hello to anybody here. He would say they're all strangers, I don't want to talk to anybody. And now he's usually the connector for kids. If he sees somebody struggling, he will go up to them, give them a hug, try to include them. So the roles reverse.
What started as one young man going house to house doing fitness sessions with special needs families in their living rooms has grown into a movement.
So UFIT started about 5 years ago with the idea of creating a space and creating a community where everyone is welcome, everyone could come in, feel a part of a big family, feel included, feel as if they're part of one big movement towards something a lot greater than just a gym.
Good job! UFIT now operates 3 locations with 20 coaches serving more than 250 participants. But Davina Gazarian never planned any of this.
I initially started this in my junior year of high school where I needed a little bit on my resume applying for all these colleges. So my mom gave me the wonderful idea of working with special needs with my sports and training background.
When he didn't get into his dream colleges, he decided to build something he wouldn't trade for anything.
There was a reason me not pursuing becoming a doctor, and I wouldn't change this for the world because it brings such joy to my heart. It brings such joy to my family. It is a lot of work, but it's really worth it. I really do love what I do and what we stand for.
The mission goes far beyond reps and sets. UFIT is filling a void, providing structure and space to grow physically, emotionally, and socially.
I enjoy about coming here because I love to work out. Working out makes me feel a lot of energy, and it makes me just be healthy and happy, and I stretch without anxiety.
12-year-old Miko is one of those participants. Ask him why he loves coming here, and he'll tell you without hesitation.
I have a lot of favorite workouts here, like box jumping, weightlifting, or sometimes I could do some squats.
All right, Doc, you ready?
Behind participants like Miko are dedicated coaches like Abel Monroy.
Just expect the unexpected. That's the thing. You know, you got to come here with a big mindset. Just enjoy whatever's going to come through that door because you never know what's going to happen.
Abel has been coaching for 3 years. He sees over 20 kids a week.
My purpose here is just to make sure a kid walks out of here with a smile on their face. That's it. I feel like I learn a lot from a lot of these kids. You know, it's like I walk in, and not only am I trying to teach them, they're also trying to teach me. So I gotta learn what they're capable of doing, and also they gotta learn what I'm capable of doing with them.
Every single small milestone that is overlooked by neurotypical parents, we celebrate here as a community. We celebrate for our own kids, we celebrate for other kids. You start to really cherish every single thing that they're doing one day at a time. When you're here, you're just in a safe environment. You're not judged, you're not excluded. Nobody needs an explanation of what's happening. You are just understood, and you're in a place where you belong.
You ready, all right, dude? Let's go.
UFIT works with regional centers, which can cover the cost for qualifying families. And then for those who are not connected to the regional center, sessions run $60 each. Congratulations on 3 locations now.
Wow.
Really doing incredible work for the entire community.
That space is so needed, so necessary, especially for the neurodivergent community, but all kids, right? There's hardly spaces like that. And when you move your body, you change your mind, right? You change your feelings, and it makes better connections within your soul.
Confidence. The mother talking about the bridge between socializing and exercising. That was beautiful.
It's so good for them, not only just physically, but mentally, spiritually, like you said right there. I mean, it changes their lives. So
Absolutely.
It's so great.
I think the most beautiful part of the story is that this started with an idea and became something bigger than he had even imagined, which is kind of like, you know, this was meant to be.
Yes.
Right? I believe that.
We need more locations.
Yes.
Right? More locations.
This was his purpose.
Let's do it. That's right. Absolutely. All right, we'll take a break. We'll be right back.
I have to go work out today now. It motivated me.
We're making big plans around here.
Right.
Yeah, you just stay tuned for that. Welcome, everyone.
You got us pumped.
That's right. Pump us up, Maria.
Okay, are you ready? Are you ready for the weekend?
Pump you up.
The weather will pump you up.
Oh, I like it.
Let's go outside, do a little playing, right? Okay, you three carry on. I'm going to pump up and walk over here. This is my workout. Walking over to the green screen, guys. We've got a warmer weekend ahead, and temperatures are actually going to warm up. So if you like the warmer temperatures, then you're going to like the weekend forecast as we shift above average, 8 to 10 degrees. But today, I think we'll be close to average. Really pleasant, actually. Nice spring day ahead with some partly cloudy skies, depending on where you are. The winds will be gusty at times today, especially over the mountains, out in the desert areas, coming out of the northwest, and then the winds will eventually shift out of the northeast. And when that happens, it is going to help to warm us up really significantly. Right now, we've got some easterly winds, but it's on the lighter side for downtown LA. It's 63 degrees there currently. Most of the winds really light right now. 6-mile-per-hour winds in Fullerton, 5-mile-per-hour winds in Burbank, but it's definitely still coming out of that northwesterly direction. By later tonight into tomorrow, it'll come out of the northeast, and that offshore flow will warm up the atmosphere. But today, 72 for downtown. That is very close to that average of 73. Our sunset time coming up at 7:25 this evening. Here are the other highs. Again, very comfortable today, around 73 in Pasadena, 75 in Ontario. Look at Woodland Hills in the valley, 76. That's just perfect, right? With some partly cloudy skies. 70 in Santa Ana to the warmer 86 in Palm Springs. When I come back, I'll show you the extended outlook, so don't go anywhere. Back to you.
All right, our LA Rams have a new look. This morning they released a new team logo and uniforms.
That's right. Look at that. Check it out. This is the first switch up we've seen since 2020. The updated uniform lineup includes 2 primary uniform sets and 1 additional white pant option.
Also, the team uniforms have that Rams horn on the sleeve. The team saying the updated uniforms deliver a cleaner, bolder, and more streamlined aesthetic. So look at the R there. The R in the Rams text now has a swooping horn at the bottom, saying their font will always be italicized because they're always looking forward.
Oh,
I like it.
We're going to have to do some shopping.
That's right.
Yeah, update the Rams gear.
Looks good.
Merch. I like it too. Very smooth, sleek. The R's fun. It's like fun now.
And I like the horns on the sleeves. That's cool.
Of course you do. All right, so last night the Dodgers celebrated the 79th anniversary of Jackie Robinson breaking the color barrier, ending decades of segregation in Major League Baseball. Before the game, the visiting team, the New York Mets, joined the Dodgers at Jackie Robinson's statue. The first 40,000 fans at last night's game received a Jackie Robinson jersey. He debuted for the Brooklyn Dodgers on April 15th in 1947, and every year on this date, Major League Baseball celebrates Jackie Robinson Day to honor his legacy as a trailblazer and, of course, a civil rights icon.
Today, every player wears 42. Jackie Robinson's number is retired, and it's been such a special day when on April 15th of every single year, every player across Major League Baseball is 42. And it's so that you can't differentiate or discriminate or rule anybody out. Everybody is the same.
Robinson was a 4-sport athlete at Pasadena Junior College and UCLA. He was inducted into baseball's Hall of Fame in 1962.
All right, heads up parents, there's a big event underway in Burbank that can save you a lot of money.
Oh, well, that got our attention. Let's go to Coco right now. She's there. Good morning.
Hey there, in about 20 minutes, the LA Kids Consignment Sale will officially be open to the public, and it's going to be an amazing shopping day. We're talking about incredible deals, even so many shoes. And I thought it was important to show that there are shoes for older boys as well, all the way up to size 14, in fact. So you can really find some really good deals for kids from newborn all the way to the teen ages. I'm here with Georgie now, who is one of the best ambassadors for this. You're holding some shoes with some good deals.
I found these small little newborn baby shoes for $4. They're these white ones with pink bows, and they're discounted too. So on Sunday, if they're still here, they'll be $2. And the same thing with these pink little boots I found. They're so cute.
They're so cute, and this is one of your favorite sections, right?
Yes.
Tell us what you like about the home decor section.
I love the home decor because, like my mom, I love decorating for every season. Thanksgiving, Christmas, Halloween, Valentine's Day, Easter. And when I come here, it's I don't know how to describe it. There's everything that I could possibly imagine to get for the house, and I can't fit everything, so I have to narrow it down to just like, okay, this might sound like a lot, but like 10 things.
I love that, just 10 things. So every year that I do this sale, I always get a bunch of viewers messaging, asking about what they have. I actually had a viewer message if they have pet clothing, and they do. You even have that.
Yeah, they have so many pet clothes. They're like these hoodies, they're like hoodies. There's my favorite one, a Peanuts like Snoopy one, kind of. And it's only $6 and it's discounted. So it'd be $3 on Sunday if it's still here.
That's incredible. And Georgie, we found some other cool deals over here as well. Because like you said, there's everything you can imagine when it comes to home decor. We're seeing pillows, we're seeing rugs. I saw a clock over here for $7, but this section too, right?
Yeah, my mom loves plants and so do I, but we're not the best at taking care of them. So there are like some of these like fake plants that look really nice.
Yes.
Such as this one, which I think is really pretty, and it's only $8 and it's discounted.
That's incredible, which means on Sunday it's only going to be $4.
Yeah.
So Georgie, talk about what you love about this sale too.
I love that it's helpful for families, new moms, teachers, even little kids for toys, and just everything is so much cheaper than retail.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Georgie. Great speaking with you always. And it's just so much fun to shop this sale. You're going to find so many items, more than you can even really fathom, and for amazing prices. And a lot of the items, if they're not gently used, they're actually brand new as well. So getting some great deals. It's happening Thursday through Sunday. Take a look at your screen right now so you can see the hours in case you want to come out and enjoy this. I can tell you the sooner the better, because it is going to be packed in here with people shopping, trying to get the best deals. So open today from 10 to 7, Friday and Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday discount day is 10 to 4.
Ooh,
I'll send it back to you.
A lot of good deals out there. It's always a great event. Coco, thank you.
In a moment where a lot of people are carrying stress, grief, or uncertainty, there's definitely a lot of that. A new docu-series is asking a simple but very powerful question. How can you hold on to joy when life gets hard?
There's some things you can't choose. We don't get to choose the cancer. We don't get to choose the disease. But we do get to choose our attitude.
I didn't have anything. And so anybody can do what I've done because I've been there, and no one can tell me they can't do it. If I did.
Oh, all the laughter, the smiles. That's a clip from Joy Drive, a new docuseries following a cross-country search for hope, healing, and real-life joy after loss. So here to talk about it is the woman who launched and hosted this series, Sherry Elise, known to many as America's Joy Magnet. Good to see you again. Welcome back.
Thank you so much. Good to see you both. I always like when they say America's Joy Magnet, I'm like, no pressure.
Right.
No pressure.
Yeah, I know you have this feeling of, I always have to be happy, right? I always have to feel joyful.
That's been part of the personal journey, though, of realizing that you don't have to be. And when you are more connected to yourself, joy naturally flows without it being forced.
That's the key right there. You can talk a little bit about your own journey and how, after losing your dad to ALS, right? I mean, you have to go through that grief. And then what was that like to then start to experience joy again?
Ooh, well, I have to tell you that one of the biggest things that I learned is that joy and grief can be carried simultaneously, and it's not one or the other. As you said, my dad passed of ALS last year after a 10-month battle, the same as Eric Dane. And during our time together, I always had this dream of this docu-series and going on the road, and he was such my biggest supporter. And in the last 2 weeks, when he could no longer communicate, we used an alphabet board, and he spelled out with his eyes the letters RV. And I said, all right, Dad, I'm going to do it. And after he passed, I got the money together, I got the production team, and we took off around to help me heal and find out other people's secrets to joy.
Yeah, so you learned a lot, traveling the country and obviously talking to a lot of people. What was the common theme? How do people find joy?
Well, it's interesting. Everybody finds it in different ways, but there's always through some kind of connection. So people find it through connecting through nature or through purpose. People find it connecting through creativity, the freedom. But the one thing that I found really interesting along that whole entire journey was that no matter what anyone's political beliefs, religious beliefs, or anything, the one thing everybody agreed on is whenever I said what I was doing, because they saw the big RV, everybody said the exact same thing. We could all use more joy. And I thought immediately, I was like, well, if we can all agree on that, what else can we agree on?
Oh, that's actually really beautiful.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, what people want in life, no matter who you are and where you live, it is safety, security, health, and happiness.
100%.
End of story.
100%. People want to live meaningful lives. They want to feel fulfilled. They want to be around good people. And no matter who I met and I spoke to, when we had conversations like this is where joy arose. I was in the middle of grief. My dad would show up in random places around the country and moments with me, and as hard as that was, the one thing that I always felt was that immediately when I connected to someone and made eye contact, in that space is where real joy lived.
I like what you said, because connection doesn't have to be this big, powerful thing. You said people found joy in connecting with nature, connecting with creativity that they can find within themselves, right? Or connecting to a purpose. Maybe you're training for a marathon. Doesn't feel good every day, but you have a joy through going for a goal, right? Setting a goal.
100%. And that's what it is. It's really about finding that freedom within yourself, that thing that lights you up. And there is no one can be joyful all the time. But what this proved, and the purpose was, is that it is accessible, even in the middle of grief. The stories that my guests were telling me, one had lost their child, another one was facing ALS, is dying, and chose to live fully. She's the one you saw in the clip. We were getting a tattoo together.
You got a tattoo from
We did, on the road, yeah.
Oh my God.
Says Joy. We both got matching tattoos. I met her.
Wait, show it.
Joy,
oh, that's so perfect.
Really cute.
I met her during the journey with my dad through his ALS, and so there was just, everybody found it in their own ways, but they gifted themselves, and it was always found on the other side of hardship, which I found really interesting.
You know what it is, and in the clip, someone said it, one of the people you were speaking with, but a lot of it is mindset. Oftentimes when people are facing difficult situations, like, you can't control what is happening, but you can control your mind. It might take work, it isn't easy, but the mindset is so important, your attitude and how you deal with something, right?
100%. I mean, we did 3.5 weeks on the road, 8,000 miles, and those first few days were the most difficult thing. Like, my crew were these 20-year-olds, like, and I'm in my 50s, and they were making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches on the table without a plate, and my eyes, I know, and I'm just like, how, like, I was so anxious, and then I had to sit there for those first few days and be like, okay, this is joyful, we're gonna get there, we're gonna get there, and then all of a sudden we got there, that shift happened, and it was about that mind that I was saying, all right, this is for a purpose. So it was that inner talk, but yeah, I mean, there,
like, let it go.
Yeah, oh my God, they broke your coffee pot within 2 minutes of meeting them. Like, I mean, there was like all those moments, and by the end we were family. You know, it was the most incredible journey to find out things that I already knew about joy and about this with each other, but also understanding that I am allowed to grieve, and we all are, but at the same time, we also can feel joy.
And in those moments of grief, do you allow yourself to feel it, just to let yourself be in that
Just
grief?
sit in it.
100%. I spent half my childhood, from childhood trauma, blocking my emotions and pushing through them because I wanted to be strong. And I realized that that is what I held inside. So I have learned to feel everything. And you realize when you give yourself that, you get to move through it even quicker. Yeah.
Yeah, people think they have to be happy and joyful all the time. And if you're not, then there's something's wrong with you, right? Or you can't see the joy in anything. Yeah.
It's impossible.
You have to sit in that.
It's impossible. And what happened is, you know, I was laying there in anxiety. I was taking my meds the first few days, like just going, oh my God, I need to. And then my dad would pop into that moment and say, like in my head, like, I'm proud of you, girl. And I would just lose it. And I'm like, what am I doing? And then those reminders of him and life and that it's okay to feel all that, that would show up, and, you know, the smile would come across my face. And it's just, it's a moment to moment.
Where's the RV now?
It's done. It's waiting it's done. It's waiting for our next adventure. Although I will say, being in my 50s, I'm like, maybe the next show will be called Joy Jet.
Oh, okay. All right.
That was a lot from my 30s.
Well,
but
come on back when you're ready. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nice to see you again. You can watch Joy Drive on all major streaming platforms and at joydriveusa.com. And we'll be right back.
Thank you both so much.
Look at that. Nice look there. Ontario International Airport. That's what this camera is sponsored by, Ontario International Airport. And we've got some planes, Southwest, getting ready to, well, maybe bring some people in, visiting us perhaps for a nice weekend. Temperatures here will be nice and warm, but if you are traveling out of Ontario International, maybe you're headed to Denver. We've got a mixture of some sun and some clouds, 77 degrees, not bad. Houston warm, 85 today. Atlanta, 86. Chicago, a chance for some rain, 70 degrees there. Parts of the Midwest with another round of perhaps some tornadoes. New York, JFK International, 75 degrees. Here at home, we're kind of actually on the cooler side of things. Because of this trough of low pressure here that's to our northeast. We've got an area of high pressure offshore, and we're kind of sandwiched in between. So we've got a wind coming out of the northwest, and that's going to be gusty at times over the mountains and deserts. We do have some high cloud cover. You can kind of see that here on our satellite radar pictures. Not rain-producing clouds. Perhaps next week, late Monday, Tuesday into Wednesday, we could get another round of some very light showers. At least for now, it looks that way. I'll keep you posted. In the meantime, if you're headed to the beach, temperatures on the sand 64 to 68. Those surf heights 2 to 4 feet. Ventura County, LA County beaches a little smaller, 1 to 3 feet for Orange County, San Diego. Here's our 7-day forecast. We're going to go from the upper 60s at the coast today to the low 70s for this weekend with just a little more sunshine. Downtown LA, Inland Orange County around 72 today. Look at how it jumps up to 83 on Saturday. And there's that 10, maybe 20% chance for some showers next week. Valleys Inland Empire around 76 degrees, so that 87 on Saturday. The mountains in Big Bear, 58 degrees. It should be really sunny as we get to this upcoming weekend. And then the high desert area, 73 with those gusty winds. Remember, the mountains and deserts particularly. So we do have those wind advisories in effect. And then out towards the low desert today, 86 in Palm Springs, getting to those 90s by this weekend. Back to you.
All right, Maria, thank you. So you want to see something really adorable? Take a look at this baby monkey in Mexico, getting a lot of TLC after being rejected by his mother shortly after birth. Gosh, what's happening with these monkeys? 1-month-old Yuji weighs less than 2 pounds, and he's being raised at a zoo in Guadalajara and has grown very attached to this stuffed animal. He's constantly with it, and the toy acts as a source of maternal comfort and helps Yuji mark behavioral milestones. His caretakers hope to wean him off the toy at 6 months to encourage him to integrate with other monkeys at the zoo.
Aww.
Poor thing.
That makes me sad.
Like Punch in Japan. All right, we were talking about this earlier with Amanda. Can you spot content that was generated by AI?
Sometimes you really need to know, right? Anna Eliopoulos takes a closer look at some of the red flags.
Whether it's a cute animal video or a celebrity deepfake, the vast majority of social media users believe they've encountered content created or altered by AI. Still, less than half, 44% of American adults, are confident they can spot it, according to a recent study by CNET.
It's becoming a lot more concerning when we start thinking about determining what's real, what's fake.
The boomer generation has the lowest confidence to spot the generated content, followed by Gen X, millennials, and Gen Z.
When we start looking at it from a generational standpoint, it really is a takeaway of once they spot that AI photo, video, whatever you name it, it's the action that they take after that's a bit more concerning. So when we think about boomers and Gen X, those are the highest ones that actually do not take action.
In fact, 25% of all people don't do anything to determine if the content they're seeing is real. But for those who take the time to fact-check posts, the majority start by looking for visual cues. Another method is to check for labels or watermarks, or to verify it by searching for the same content somewhere else.
Content is being generated that is very believable, hard to even detect if it is AI generated, but it's very important to consider the source and the information that is being given to you, and of course always double check that.
The study also shows 21% of adults think that AI generated content should be banned on social media with no exceptions. An increase in low quality mass produced AI generated content known as AI slop, prompting tech companies including Instagram and YouTube to implement tools to reduce it.
We have to remember that AI content is not something that is banned on social media, and there are still some features that we could see in the future or that we're already seeing that are focused around AI.
Anna Eliopoulos, Fox News.
Well, this is exciting. Our friends at What a Peach sent us their Smoothies of the Month, which benefits the Boys and Girls Club of Metro LA. You take a swig of it and let me tell you about it. They collaborated with Shelly of Love Island to create their April Smoothie of the Month. Cherry on top is a blend of maraschino cherries, vanilla yogurt, organic agave, and beetroot. What do you think of that?
Definitely taste the cherry, and it's mixed with that tartness of the yogurt, so it's good. It's sweet but good.
It has like a tangy. Yes, I like the tanginess of it. So what's great is 100% of the proceeds from Cherry on Top sales will go to the Boys and Girls Club of Metro LA, and both Shelly and What a Peach have posted fundraisers to their Instagram. morning, everyone. Welcome to 10 a.m. here on this Thursday morning, and here's some of the stories we're covering for you.
We're live in North Hollywood, where a vacant lot has turned into a hub for criminal activity. Just ahead, why it's now being cleaned up by the city after years of complaints from frustrated residents.
And breaking news on the war in Iran, President Trump announcing Israel and Lebanon have agreed to a temporary ceasefire.
We have a beautiful weekend ahead, some warmer temperatures. Thursday's usually when we try to solidify those weekend plans, right? Today we've got some clouds, definitely outside if you haven't been out there yet. Just sun filtering cloud cover. And then the weekend, expect temperatures to be well above average. I'll be back with those numbers in just a few moments.
Maria, thank you. Developing news in North Hollywood. A cleanup is planned at a vacant lot. It's actually underway as we speak. Neighbors say that it's been taken over by squatters.
Mario Ramirez live at the scene with all the action going on behind you. Mario.
Yes, Sandra, Roxy, a city leader, is finally moving in, taking care of this vacant lot that has become a hub for criminal activity. And you can see the cleanup right now. It just started about maybe an hour ago, and all the debris out here. This lot has been abandoned for more than 16 years after the last structure burned down. And since then, the lot's been vacant, overgrown, hidden from view, creating the perfect cover for illegal activity and squatters. So take a look. Video gives you a better idea. This fenced-in lot on the 7700 block of Varna Avenue here in North Hollywood, surrounded by trees, brush, and along the Tahunga Wash, and right across from homes on the other side. City officials say the unhoused moved in, turning the property into what they describe as a hub for criminal activity. In the last 3 years alone, they've had dozens of service calls linked to this area, including assaults, brandishing of firearms, and open-air drug use. Now, neighbors say they've been dealing with these conditions for more than a decade, repeatedly reporting problems and pushing for action. And city officials say they've spent nearly a year trying to contact the property owner, receiving no response, and after exhausting legal options, the city has now declared the property a public nuisance, relief for dozens of residents who've been complaining.
Now, the neighbors, we really want to reclaim our neighborhood. What these criminals have done, like any gang you see around the cities all around the country, the gang members take over the neighborhood. They've taken over this neighborhood. The neighbors are afraid to walk their dogs, are afraid to walk babies for us. The kids are not allowed to play in the street.
This is a message to every property owner that is allowing their property to become run down like this. Don't do this to your neighbors. Don't do this to your community, the very community that you invested in at one point. Don't allow it to become this.
Crews moving in this morning to clear the site. The cost of this cleanup will be billed to the property owner, and if the owner refuses to pay, the property could be seized as collateral, with the city determining the next steps. Officials also sending out a warning to other property owners: fail to maintain your property and the city will step in at a much higher cost. Now, we can tell you that officials are urging people to reach out to city leaders, stay engaged. The council member we spoke to here, Councilmember Nazarian, says that this cleanup will take a few days. The exact cost isn't known, but again, it'll be up to the property owner to foot the bill, although they haven't been able to contact the owner here just yet. For now, live in North Hollywood, I'm Mario Ramirez. We'll send it back to you.
Wow, that's really interesting. All right, Mario, thank you. The LAPD is searching for the burglars who targeted a home last night in Valley Glen. This comes on the heels of 2 break-ins reported just the night before, less than a mile away. One on Hatteras Street in Valley Glen and the other on Hesby Street in Valley Village. Over the weekend, a pair of mansions in Sherman Oaks and the Hollywood Hills were also hit.
FBI agents raid Lancaster City Hall and the homes of high-ranking city officials. The FBI carried out a series of coordinated raids Wednesday morning, targeting the homes of Vice Mayor Marvin Christ and Councilmember Raj Mali. Officials say part of the public corruption probe. This is a result of it. Mayor R. Rex Parris saying that the investigation has been underway for 3 years. He says he's shocked by the continuous investigation. Previous audits found no wrongdoing, though. Local activists, however, say that the raids are long overdue, citing possible financial mismanagement.
I'm calling on the city of Lancaster to suspend all contracts that Marvin Christ has been involved in, that the mayor has been involved in, until all this is settled.
So let's wait before we destroy people's reputations when we don't even know what it's about. You know, I would just caution people, let's be mature adults and let's wait for the facts.
We'll keep you updated on any arrests and as the story develops.
All right, police say they will have extra patrols guarding a North Hills school a day after a shooting near the campus left a teenager wounded. Skyfox was overhead yesterday afternoon as parents rushed to pick up children from Sepulveda Middle School. Police say a 16-year-old boy was shot near the campus just as school was letting out. Students say the victim attended a nearby high school, but say the alleged shooter was an 8th grader at Sepulveda Middle School. No arrests have been made yet. The victim is expected to recover.
Activists gathering outside of the Intuit Dome in Inglewood last night, calling on the city to require body cameras for every police officer. Organizer Naji Ali saying that people coming to events there at the Intuit Dome are not safe without body cameras. The push follows the recent in-custody death of Brian Bostic, which has raised some questions. 37-year-old died after a traffic stop and struggled with the Inglewood police on March 10th. That case is driving demands for answers, transparency, and also accountability.
I'm an actual Clipper season ticket holder. I was asked to renew my season tickets, and I'm not. I'm not because I don't feel safe driving to the Intuit Dome or driving home, and I won't feel safe until Inglewood police officers have body cameras.
When I heard about Brian Bostic, I felt like I was going back in time. I thought Inglewood had moved forward from police killings, people dying in police custody.
Body cams is also to protect police officers as well. So it's not just the community, it's also the police officers.
City leaders have not announced any immediate plan to roll out the cameras. Activists say that they will keep pressuring them until police body cameras are in use.
A Venice homeless encampment has residents begging the city of LA for help, saying it's dangerous. The issue has turned into a political battle between two candidates for mayor. Matthew Seedorf has the story from the streets of Venice.
The Venice intersection overwhelmed by homeless and crime, now a political battleground.
I've lost my rocks.
Just mayhem. It was absolutely crazy. I watched a guy get shot and killed across the street.
Tense dogs and bicycles taking over the sidewalk on rows. Residents that live in the area are concerned about safety.
What is safety, I mean?
Sore sites for families trying to decide whether to walk through.
Councilmember Rahman, you want to vote on 67 separately?
At LA City Council, debate over whether to ban camping on this corner.
11 ayes, 4 noes.
Councilmember and mayoral candidate Nithya Raman joined by 3 others voting no. How can council members not in your district vote no against issues impacting your constituents?
I don't know. That is a head scratcher to me.
This is Councilwoman Tracy Park's district, where police responded to almost 40 calls this last year, including assaults.
These are individuals that have been offered alternatives again and again and again, and are choosing to remain encamped on our streets.
Mayor Karen Bass's office blasting Raman's vote, telling us she opposes the law prohibiting encampments next to schools and has voted against hundreds of cleanups. Raman firing back, saying there's already laws to regulate camping, adding this, at best, succeeds in moving homelessness around a neighborhood.
Go take a look at Council District Raman's district, and why don't you talk to her constituents about how they feel having violent, unregulated, chaotic encampments near their schools and in their parks.
City crews now set to move in. Do you want to get into a shelter?
Not a shelter, but I'm saying any other thing. Shelters, me and shelters don't do each other, you mean?
This man from New York has been rapping out here for 25 years.
Take me back when I was only a seed.
He and others who refuse help, soon to move again.
Declare some type of lot or place where we can go at, you know what I mean? It won't be no friction like it's been in the past.
That was Matthew Seedorf reporting, and of course, we'll have a live report from the mandatory cleanup scene tomorrow morning.
We do have some breaking news right now. Up to Skyfox we go. Stu, up overhead there. You're on the 5 freeway, right? What's going on?
5 freeway, we got a pursuit, and it's a stolen vehicle. You see it right there. At least it's the high visibility vehicle. In LAPD, they are behind that car, and they also have a helicopter in the air, and they have been behind it and basically tracking for a little while. Then they decided, let's turn on those lights and sirens, see what happens. Maybe this guy will pull over, even though it did come up as a stolen vehicle. And of course, that vehicle did not stop. Northbound 5 freeway, you can see it right right there. We're in the Burbank area. Only one person inside that car. That would be the driver, obviously. And again, it is coming up as stolen. It definitely is a work truck of some sort. It's got one of those like you'd see on the freeway or directing traffic when they do lane closures out there. None of those lights seem to be on at the time, at this time, but that sign is up, so I can guarantee that's going to be creating some sort of issues for that driver. That's going to be a lot of wind deflection for that pickup truck. What's LAPD doing? Well, right now they've got lights and sirens. They got the helicopter above it. They're going to be making these calls here and keeping an eye on it. They just want this guy to pull over. That's probably the best bet. But right now, not slowing down, not stopping. Speeds, they are freeway speeds. We've never seen this vehicle going well over 65 miles an hour. Right now, though, you can see it about 68, 67. But LAPD, all they want is this guy to pull over safely and return that vehicle to that company. Right now, though, northbound 5, making our way through Burbank, heading up into the San Fernando Valley.
It must be hard to reach high speeds, though, with that sign that's above that vehicle on the truck.
Yeah.
So
definitely, and I'm curious to see how that truck handles it as well. I would venture to say that that driver doesn't know how to retract it. And again, was it a crime of opportunity? Why would somebody steal that vehicle, that particular truck? Definitely, there's a lot of questions, a lot too many answers right now. LAPD, you can see they've backed off a little bit. They do this on purpose. They kind of like give that driver a little bit of space. Maybe they don't want to intimidate them or be too much of like the flashing lights. They think sometimes the driver is running from the officers and would basically pull over, maybe give up that vehicle. Right now, though, we can see those speeds staying about the same and continuing northbound. The helicopter's still above it. They're going to keep an eye on it. Did they discontinue the pursuit? They backed off. That's the technical term right now. Of course, they want that vehicle back. They want to keep the public safe. So they've got to weigh all that stuff. And I've said it in the past, I wouldn't want to be the person to make that decision for LAPD. Those guys are making a lot more money, and for those reasons, those are tough decisions. If something happens after they back off, then it's a problem. Something happens while they're chasing it, it's a problem. LAPD always has to keep the public safe. That's the big deal. How to do it and how to do it effectively, that's always a part of the issue as well.